Welcome back. Today's word of the day is fast. Why fast? Well, because when you have an emergency, the ability to act quickly is incredibly important. So, if you want to think about fast, think about some of the things that we see these days in the comics or that we saw back in the day. And one thing that comes to me is Flash. If you remember Flash, Flash was as fast as a bolt of lightning, right? And fast is important because we want to understand what fast is and how it essentially fits in with what we actually need to do. So, do we know what fast is? So I think everybody has an idea of what fast is. Usually, if you see something that is fast, the definition would be something that moves quickly, right? There's no haste. And so if you remember Flash, the Marvel superhero, you know that he was as fast as a bolt of lightning. So when it came time to do something, he acted extremely quickly. And the reason we actually want to talk about today is because everyone has the ability to act quickly. But we must incorporate it as a part of a bigger strategy. And that bigger strategy is using time wisely. That's kind of the goal in being fast. So it can help to be fast, but not in all situations. So we actually want to get a better idea of what situations we actually want to be fast in. So the first one that definitely comes to mind, especially when you're considering superheroes, is a dangerous situation. So if you look at my shirt right here, you see bromine. Bromine is one of the ingredients used in fire extinguishers, I believe. And it's important if there's a fire that you actually act quickly. Because if you don't, there could be a lot of damage that happens as a result. And so you want to essentially make sure that you save and preserve life, first and foremost. But when you're also talking about properties and possessions, those can be equally important. So we want to make sure that we have that in line. Now, that's the obvious one, right? But after that, you actually want to make quick decisions when you have deadlines, right? So everyone understands a deadline. Why? Because if you ever watched a sporting event, you understand that there are certain rules for that event. So it might be a timed event. It could be based on a set of parameters in which, if you're doing baseball, it's, 9 innings or, however many innings that actually goes. But there is a beginning and there is an end. And the way that athletes work is they understand when that end is coming, and there's a sense of urgency for what they have to do in order to come out the victor, right? So that's another case in which you want to be able to act quickly and act fast based on your given situation. And then last but not least, you have the rare opportunity. Now, I'm not talking about everyday opportunities. I'm talking about rare opportunities. And I remember I was just sharing one yesterday, which was getting me thinking about fast with my son Ethan. We were having a talk and a discussion. We had those weekly. The reason we had those weekly is because there's a lot of things I need to teach my son if he's going to be self-sufficient by 18. So the conversation was, I said that there was a topic based on investments. And there are key questions that you can ask to characterize any investment. And those are crucial. They are critical. And I told my son, I'm not going to tell you what those are unless you specifically ask me during our next conversation. So I was kind of surprised when he asked me, and I was all ready to give it to him. But considering it was late, I was like, well, you know what? How about I give it to you next conversation? And he was like, fine, yes, we can do that next conversation. And I looked at him, and I'm just like, I literally just gave him a small suggestion, but he was willing to wait. And that was a rare opportunity because I considered it to be something so important that he had to take action on it in order to get it. But he procrastinated. He delayed, right? So when you have a rare opportunity, the worst thing that you can do is procrastinate because there's no guarantee that that opportunity will come back again, right? So that's why you want to be fast, and you want to understand the situations in which you want to be fast, all right? Now, how do you get faster? Well, that's all in practice, right? So in order to get faster at something, you can't just rely on your God-given ability, right? That might get you ahead of the pack, but that will not keep you ahead of the pack. What you need to do is you need to practice, just like the professional athletes do. They practice. They essentially do the tasks and everything that they need to do so frequently, so often that it becomes muscle memory. They don't even have to think about it anymore. And when you don't have to think about something anymore, then it becomes automatic, right? So the reason people get faster, the reason that athletes are as quick and as good as they are is because they practice so often that they don't have to think about it. They simply react, right? And there's a lot of power in that. So when it comes to understanding what a situation is, you want to have that clearly out in front of you. What is the situation, and does it demand you to act quickly, to be fast? So again, that's the word of the day. Hopefully you have situations in which you are prepared for. Hopefully you understand what a dangerous situation is. Hopefully you understand what deadlines are. And hopefully you can recognize a rare opportunity. So get to work. Hopefully, you keep practicing, keep getting faster, and that will make a huge difference in whatever you do. So appreciate you tuning in, and can't wait for you to tune in to the next one. Bye.